Kyle Kesses here in the Yankees dugout with new Yanks pitcher Tyler Clippard. And Tyler, when you came back to the Yankees, I heard that you said you keep going away, but the city keeps calling you back. You happy about that or what?
Absolutely, man. Yeah, there's nothing like the energy in this city. You know, it's really kind of a cool chain of events that I'm back here 9 years later, and the team I made my debut with, and I know a lot of familiar faces in the clubhouse, and it's kind of a cool experience so far.
A lot has changed. There's a new stadium, a whole new team. What are your feelings and emotions coming back to the same organization, even though a lot's different?
It's the same type of feel. You know, it's a winning organization, and everywhere you look, everything's first class, and they expect greatness. And when you leave, you don't forget that, and when you come back, it's more apparent than ever. You can't ask for anything more as a player.
I thought it was really cool because when you came back to the Yankees, you faced the Mets at Citi Field, and your major league debut was against the Mets, May 20th, 2007. 6 innings, 1 run. I think you even had a double at the plate in that game. What do you remember most about your debut?
Probably the double. It just so happened to be against the Mets and got the double. But you know what? At the end of the day, it was 6 innings, a win. I pitched well. I mean, the whole night was such a great experience. So something I'll never forget. But it was very surreal getting traded back to the Yankees, then playing against the Mets at their home park all over again. It was things come full circle, and for me, that's what it felt like when I came back, and I'm back here now and I faced the Mets again. It was just very surreal.
Shortly after the major league debut, you get traded to Washington, and then from 2009 to 2014. You had a 2.6 ERA, 2 All-Star game appearances. It didn't take you very long to get adjusted to the major league level. What was it about your style, your mentality that allowed you to come up to the majors and then when you got to Washington be so effective so soon?
Honestly, I credit a lot of that to my experiences here when I was in New York as a young guy, coming up through the system, making my debut at 22 years old in a big series like the Yankees Mets, and I was really in over my head, looking back on it. I was very naive, didn't know what was going on, didn't really know how to be a big leaguer, but that learning curve for me at such a young age, I struggled early on and got sent back down to the minor leagues. But after that, I knew what I needed to do once I got the opportunity to be in the big leagues again to succeed and to stay here. And so I got traded to Washington, got a chance to pitch for them out of the bullpen in 2009, and I stuck ever since because I knew how to go about my business. And so those experiences here I had with the New York organization and the Yankees taught me a lot to get me to where I am today, and it's fun to be back here.
Now, typical pitching stats can sometimes be tougher to apply to relievers. I was looking at your season in Arizona. I think you had a 2.8 ERA on July 16th, and then less than 2 weeks later it was 4.3. Help us evaluate the season you had in Arizona.
Well, yeah, it's been kind of an interesting season. I've really I've thrown the ball probably better maybe than even I did last year and the year before in a lot of ways. In Arizona, we weren't winning a lot, and I wasn't able to get the repetitions that I'm normally getting in a big league season. I'm a guy who's thrown 70-plus games a season, and this year the high leverage situations there weren't that abundant in Arizona. So there was days where times where I had weeks off and then pitch, and so wasn't really accustomed to doing that. So I kind of let a couple outings get away from me a little bit, and next thing you know, you got a 4 ERA. But overall, I felt like I've really thrown the ball pretty well, and I still feel pretty good out there on the mound.
Tyler, thanks a lot, man. Good luck going forward.
Thank you.
You can see more Yankees On Demand Yankee Scoreboard content by clicking here, and can subscribe to our local YouTube channel right there.